Alright, what's up everybody? We got another ProjeKt Gaming SC2 cast here by myself, ProjeKt. This is a TvP, as you can see. We got the players me, ProjeKt, in the bottom right, and we got AJS in the bottom left, playing as TOS. So I'd like to apologize for the lack of content in the past months, and the main reason for that is because I did just recently move about 8.5 hours away from where I was living before, and between work and school, finishing up my schoolwork and everything, it's been kind of really busy, and I've been renovating and stuff. Also, my mic broke, so sorry about that, but I'm gonna be trying to post as much as I can over the next little while here, and then once I'm all done finishing up my schooling and stuff, it'll be like a daily, weekly thing. I don't know. I'll see how it works out. So, actually the main reason for me posting this video is to get the viewer's opinion on a new build I've been going. It's been working out pretty good. I'm a pretty low level. I kind of bounce between like all the way from silver to platinum, depending on how much I've been playing. So it's a tank green build, and like I'm pretty sure every player who plays Terran has gone a tank green build at some point. But I've never actually gone just a straight up, right away, going straight for my tanks, kind of like a 1-1-1 build, but just like the 1-1 part. So barracks to factory, early gas. I've never done like a build exactly like that, and it's been working out pretty good for me. I believe this is a gold player over here, and most of my games have been about gold this past season. Excuse me. So yeah, I've only actually lost one 1v1 using this build out of, I don't know, 10? Something like that. So it's been working out pretty good. But like I said, I'd like to get you guys' opinion on it. So I vaguely remember this game, and I think this guy was a pretty decent player, but you know, I could be wrong. So as you see, I did go the wrong scouting pathing, but that's alright. It doesn't matter too much. So I'm going straight into a tech lab, so I can do, you know, the little standard floating your buildings and switching spots. SCV got locked out there. Hopefully I notice that soon. See what the Protoss is doing over here. It's going the standard cyber core, 1 gate, you know. Should be going into a 2 gate pretty soon. Eventually working into a 4 gate. You know how it goes. So he's going out for a scout, and it looks like he went the wrong way as well. Nice. So I got my factory coming up here, and I pump out 2 Marines before I switch over, and I should be getting my orbital pretty soon over here. And I'm getting my second gas. My saturation's a little bit low, but this build needs to be worked. I mean, this is, I think, one of my first like 2 or 3 times trying out this build. So yeah, just microing this little guy around here, wasting time. And Stalker pops out, gets a free kill. Not too sure what this guy's doing over here, but I'm sure we'll find out. So here goes the switch, and I'm gonna put a reactor down on my barracks, and I'm also getting my orbital. And the reason this only has 1 SCV on at the moment is because this what I'm doing here tends to be a little bit mineral heavy over gas heavy, and then once I get my tank out, I saturate that and I get my siege. So works out pretty good so far. We see a smart pylon placement there, so he can drop onto the lower ground. If I come up in with some early Marines or something, he can warp in some zealots and come around the back and kind of get a sandwich in there, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so I usually push out around 7.5 minutes with this build when I get 2 or 3 tanks and about 6 or 8 Marines, depending on how good my macro is. So saturation is quite low on my part. Let's see how we compare. Oh, income, right. Sorry about that. So he is doing a little bit better than me, as he does have a higher harvester count. He's getting close to fully saturated there. He's got some issues with his probes there. So we see he's pushing out with 4 stalkers here, but I am definitely well prepared for this. I should be pushing up pretty soon. much interesting happening, just pushing out more. So you may notice that I am saving all of my energy, and the reason for this is so that I can mount down or siege out my tanks down here. And typically most Terran and Protoss players, they tend to wall in or do something and keep their army around the front areas here. So by doing this, I can get my my units in the right place, and I can just scan and take a decent hit on their army. So I luckily just managed to get the right pathing through here, so I just caught that out of the corner of my view. So I throw a scan down and get some free shots. And yeah, I'm glad that I just by fluke saw that, because if I had just pushed out into his main, he might have gotten a chance to come into my base. As you can see, I leave my depot open there. So let's see how the income's looking now. So it's pretty even now. He still has more harvesters, but still even. What can I say? So units lost. So far he's lost more units, obviously. I did miss a big battle there. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna go back a bit. I apologize. But yeah, don't want to miss out on any of these battles. Pretty rusty. It's been a while since I've done a cast. This is actually my second time casting, as my fraps quit on me. So you see some stutter step going on with the tanks and all. Mount the tank in the back, as these ones are in battle, and wouldn't be the optimal timing to siege up, as there is that little slight delay before they get mounted, and they are in pretty close quarters, so the splash damage might be a bit heavy. So we see I have a constant stream just adding to my army here. Definitely fully saturated now. I should be getting an expo pretty soon. So I definitely dealt with that little confrontation there. He came out on the lower end for sure. So I think I'm just gonna hold back a little bit, build up my army before I do a final push. You see I throw a scan down over here just to see what he's got, and I see that he has nothing much, so I decide to push out even though I'm quite damaged, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So one thing you might notice is that I have not got any upgrades, and that is definitely a flaw on my part, but the reason behind that is just purely because I'm brand new to this build and still working out all the kinks in it. But this build definitely has potential to be a higher level build, like Diamond Master level, but obviously you'd have to work on your macro a lot more. By this point, I definitely have this natural done. I'd have probably way more production facilities. That's something I should really work on. I have been working on it in newer games. You see I throw a scan down there, so I see what he has. And he tries to push around back, but I do have high ground vision here, so I'm just going to try to kite them in with my Marines into my tank range. So I'm going to have to go for kind of a leapfrog thing here. Or just go all in, I guess. So he mounts there. I mean, not mounts. Why do I keep saying mount? I siege. He warps in. And going for the kills on my Marines. Some decent force fields. Not the best. But, I mean, he's only like a gold level player, so you don't have to expect too much. I go for the scan there to take out that pylon. And the reason why I haven't just pushed up into his base is, if you look from my viewpoint, I don't see much, and I'm kind of assuming that he has a bunch of stalkers up there or something, but he's actually getting units down here. You see he's getting the robo facility there, or robo bay, that's some prefer to call it. I'm guessing that would be for Immortals to deal with the tanks, but the nice thing about this build is that even with the Immortals, because I have so many Marines in the front and Marines just destroy Immortals, it totally ends up working out. So this is definitely a good build for both Terran and Protoss. Not so much for Zerg, as they do have the Zerglings, and you see there was no GG there. It tends to get a lot of rage quits, but you know, I digress. So yeah, it's definitely good against Protoss and Terran, because Terran just loves to keep their units up here. Definitely a race known for turtling, especially in the lower leagues, and it's very good against Protoss because the splash damage does a good amount of damage on the zealots and the stalkers, and gateway units just get destroyed by marines, and well, more so marauders, but you know. So overall, it's a pretty good build. I'm definitely going to be working out the kinks. I'll keep you updated on how it's working out for me, and hopefully I'll be moving up in the rankings on the ladder. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and I do have, I said and so many times. Anyways, I have a lot of casts lined up. People have been sending in, so I'll try to get those done. But the thing is most of them are about half an hour to an hour long, and I don't always have time to cast those that long of videos. I usually just have like 15 minutes or half an hour where I can just get a cast done, edit it and everything. So yeah, but feel free to send in casts of any length to contact.projekt@gmail.com. The link is also, or not the link, but the email is also in the description, as well as on our main channel page, and that will be casted by either myself or ProjeKt. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll definitely see you guys next time. Peace.